The cry upstairs. Denise Rollins stepped into the grand marble foyer of the Vaughn Mansion in Scottsdale, Arizona, expecting nothing more than a routine Thursday job. Her sneakers squeaked softly against the polished floors. Something felt off. A silence too loud for a home with a baby. No nanny. No laughter. No signs of life except the echo of her keys on the counter. She called out, "Hello." But no answer came. As she moved deeper inside, the sharp, desperate cry of a baby pierced the silence. Denise froze. Then without hesitation, she followed the sound upstairs. At the nursery door, she found Caleb, red-faced, fists clenched, soaked diaper sagging, no one in sight. Her heart clenched. Denise scooped him up, cradling him like her own, rocking gently, whispering reassurance. That's when Elliot Vaughn, the man who owned the house, and the baby, appeared in the doorway. Part 2, The Stranger Holding His Son. Elliot didn't speak. He simply watched, stunned. Denise explained in a rush that no one was there, that the baby had been crying. Her voice calm, but firm. Elliot nodded slowly, visibly shaken. Caleb whimpered but didn't resist when Denise adjusted him. He was hungry. His diaper was overdue. Denise offered to change him. Elliot hesitated, then let her. "I've changed a few diapers in my life," Denise smiled. "My son's 17 now." Elliot looked at her with new respect and deep exhaustion. "I thought the nanny was scheduled all day," he muttered. "Not a soul in sight," she confirmed. He rubbed his temples. "I'm not good at this. My wife passed last year. We were supposed to raise him together." "I'm sorry," she said. And she meant it. Part 3, Honest Words, Quiet Moments. Denise fed Caleb while Elliot watched. He confessed, he'd thrown money at the problem. Nannies, consultants, everything but himself. And nothing worked. "He never calms like that. Not even with me," he admitted. Denise rocked the baby gently. "Kids don't care how much you spend. They care about who shows up." Elliot offered her a seat. They sat in quiet, watching Caleb sleep. He opened up about Jasmine, his wife, her laughter, her dancing, her dreams. How he felt angry at the world, at himself, even at Caleb for being the reminder of what he lost. Denise didn't judge. She simply listened. Part 4, Present, Not Perfect. Elliot confessed he kept working because code didn't cry when you messed up. People did. Denise looked at him. "Maybe your son doesn't need perfect. Just present." She told him about Rashawn, her son, and the paper flower he once gave her when she had only $2 left. "I felt like the richest woman alive," she said. Elliot was quiet for a long time. "I'd trade half my net worth to feel that." "You don't have to trade anything," Denise said. "You just gotta show up." Part 5, A Real Offer. At the door, Elliot stopped her. "Would you consider coming back? Not to clean. To help, with Caleb, with me." She paused. "Depends. Are you asking for help, or trying to outsource responsibility again?" "I'm asking for real help," he said. The next morning, she returned, not in uniform, no gloves. Just herself. Elliot greeted her, Caleb on his hip. "He's already been changed and fed," he said, proud. "Oh, so you know what you're doing now," she teased. "Not really. But I'm trying." Part 6, Becoming Something More. Days turned into weeks. Denise came 3 times a week. Elliot tried mornings on his own. The house felt warmer, more lived in. The routine became rhythm. One day, Elliot asked, "You ever think about doing this full-time? Parenting your kid?" she joked. "No, I mean being part of something here. Not just surviving, staying." making this a real partnership. Denise's face softened. I'm not the kind of person you expected to build a life with. I didn't know what kind of person I needed until I saw you hold my crying son without asking. She didn't answer right away. She made him tea. I'm not trying to replace anyone. I don't want you to. I just want someone real. Part 7, Real Risks, Real Love. Then life tested them. Denise got a call. Rashawn was in a fight. She dropped everything, left a note, and ran to him. He was fine, but it reminded her, her world still existed outside this mansion. That night, she returned to Elliot and told him everything. I can't move in, she said. Not yet. Rashawn's got one more year. I need to be home. Elliot looked disappointed. But she wasn't done. I'll still show up. Part 8, Showing Up. She did. Every time. Elliot began to laugh more. Caleb giggled louder. The mansion felt like a home. Not because of the design, but because of the people inside. One day, Elliot whispered, I had a dream Jasmine was holding him. He laughed. I've never heard him laugh like that. Then it's time to give him something to laugh about, Denise said. She taught him how to show up. How to listen. How to love without condition. They never made promises they couldn't keep, but they lived their days as if presence was a vow. Elliot learned how to father. Denise learned how to trust. And Caleb, he simply knew he was held. Part 9, What People See. The longer Denise stayed, the more people started to notice, and talk. Elliot's neighbors, colleagues, even his sister. One afternoon while Denise pushed Caleb in his stroller through the gated community, a woman walking her golden retriever stopped. Are you the new nanny? She asked, her tone sweet but curious. No, Denise replied simply. I help care for Caleb. The woman's smile faltered. Ah. Got it. Back at the house, Elliot was waiting. My sister called, he said. Asked why the woman cleaning the house is raising my son. Denise arched an eyebrow. And what did you say? I said she's not just raising him. She's helping raise me too. Denise chuckled. That'll confuse them. Part 10, Family Ties. Rashawn came over for dinner that weekend. Elliot grilled steaks. Caleb threw mashed peas. It was messy, chaotic, and real. I thought this place would feel fancy, Rashawn said, glancing around. It used to, Denise replied. Now it just feels like somewhere folks live. Elliot joined them with Caleb on his hip. You're Rashawn. Heard good things. Rashawn studied him. You're better than I expected. I get that a lot, Elliot said with a grin. The meal went long, laughter stretching past dessert. Denise caught herself smiling more than she had in months. She wasn't just helping anymore, she was belonging. Part 11, The Unexpected Storm. It was a Tuesday when Elliot got a call from the office, crisis. Investors pulling out. Code vulnerability. Everything he built was at risk. He started packing a bag to fly out. You don't need to go, Denise said gently. They need a CEO. Not a savior. But I built it. You're building something here too. He paused, torn. Then he did something unexpected, he stayed. Took the meeting from his home office. Let Caleb crawl across his lap as he explained strategy to the board. Afterward, he walked into the living room. I didn't fly out. Denise just nodded. I noticed. Part 12, Who We Were. Denise's past came knocking in the form of her ex, Rashawn's father, Kenneth. Out of work and suddenly interested. I want to see my son, he said. You haven't called in 5 years, she replied. I've changed. Denise looked him over. So have I. And my son doesn't need visitors. He needs constants. Later that night, she told Elliot everything. He didn't try to fix it. Just listened. You're not alone in this, he said. Part 13, The Choice. A job offer came in for Denise, from a nonprofit she admired. It paid well, respected her, came with benefits. But it was full-time and far. I don't want to leave Caleb, she said. Then don't, Elliot replied. But I need a future too. Elliot hesitated. Then. What if we built that future together? The answer. Denise didn't say yes right away. She asked for time. Elliot gave it. But the question lingered in every shared look, every quiet moment. One morning, while folding laundry beside the crib, she said softly, "You really mean it, don't you?" Elliot looked up from his laptop. Every word. She sighed. Then if we're building something, we do it slow. Brick by brick. No rushing. Elliot smiled. That's the only way it lasts. Part 15, An Empty Chair. Weeks passed. They found a rhythm again. Denise still lived at her place with Rashawn but spent more nights at Elliot's. They cooked together. Argued gently about bedtime routines. Laughed. Until the day Elliot's mother came to visit. She sat stiffly on the edge of the couch, looking Denise up and down. I didn't realize Caleb's nanny would be joining us for lunch. Denise didn't flinch. Elliot did. She's not the nanny, he said firmly. She's the reason Caleb's happy. And the reason I'm still standing. His mother didn't reply. But her silence said enough. After she left, Denise sat at the kitchen island, swirling her tea. You don't have to defend me, she said. I'm not. I'm defending us. Part 16, Cracks in the Frame. Not everyone celebrated their bond. Elliot lost a deal when a potential investor made an offhand remark about unconventional domestic arrangements. He walked away from the table. They're not worth millions if they come with disrespect, he told Denise later. She didn't say much. But her eyes said everything. Part 17, Bigger Than Two. One night, Rashawn came home late. Denise was waiting. You okay? She asked. He nodded. Just thinking. About? About you. About that baby. About us maybe becoming something bigger than we planned. You worried? No. Just want to be sure you're still you inside all this. Denise smiled. Always. Part 18, The Decision. On Caleb's second birthday, they had a small party. Just them, Rashawn, a few close neighbors. Denise baked. Elliot grilled. Caleb smashed cake all over his face. After the guests left and Caleb was asleep, Elliot took Denise's hand. Move in. No more part-time. No more splitting time. Let's build this life fully. She looked around the house, now messier, warmer, fuller than it ever was. Okay, she said. But you still do diaper duty on weekends. Part 19, Rebuilding. They turned the guest room into Rashawn's studio. He got into community college. Denise took part-time hours at the nonprofit. Elliot scaled back work. They weren't trying to be perfect. Just real. Caleb said his first full sentence one morning, Mama home. Elliot froze. He means you. Denise hugged him tightly. He means us. Part 20, Home. Years later, people would ask how it all began. Elliot would smile softly and say it started on a rainy Thursday, with a cry from upstairs and a woman who didn't look away. Denise would just say, I showed up. Because that's what love really asks, not perfection, not performance, just presence. Showing up when it's hard. Staying when it's easier to leave. Loving not in words, but in quiet acts of care that no one else sees. And that's exactly what they did, day after day, year after year. They built a life not from plans, but from presence. Caleb grew. Rashawn graduated. Elliot and Denise learned to dance in the kitchen again, sometimes to no music, sometimes just to the rhythm of a day done well. Their home wasn't perfect, but it was full. Of laughter, of mess, of love. And in the end, it was more than enough. Years passed, and the walls of that once silent mansion absorbed every echo of Caleb's laughter, every quiet hum of Denise's lullabies, every late-night kitchen talk between her and Elliot. Rashawn came and went, growing into the kind of man Denise had always hoped for, steady, sharp, and full of heart. He called Elliot OG now, half joking, half respect. On Caleb's 10th birthday, they gathered in the backyard, old friends, new ones, neighbors who had once whispered, now laughing together. Rashawn manned the grill. Denise braided a girl's hair at the table. Elliot held a camera, not to post, just to remember. Caleb ran around with his cousins, cake on his shirt, joy in his bones. No one there questioned how it all came together. They just felt it. A family. Not because of titles or bloodlines. But because love had shown up and stayed. In the quiet moments after the party, as the sun dipped below the Arizona sky and string lights flickered on across the fence line, Denise and Elliot sat on the porch steps. Caleb was asleep inside, cake-stained pajamas crumpled at the foot of his bed. Rashawn played soft music from his phone, lying in a hammock nearby. Elliot reached for Denise's hand. "Remember the first day we met?" She chuckled. "I remember your baby screaming like the house was on fire." He laughed. "And you holding him like it was nothing. Like you'd been doing it forever." She squeezed his fingers. "Because I had. Not with Caleb. But with life." He looked at her, eyes soft. "I didn't know I needed saving. Until you walked in." Denise tilted her head. "You weren't the only one." They sat in silence, the kind that only comes when the noise of the world has faded, and all that remains is truth. The truth that homes aren't made of drywall and decor, but of forgiveness, effort, and choosing each other again and again. And that, truly, was more than enough.